Hi, I'm Jeff, and I'm a therapist.
And I'm Tyler, and I'm a patient.
We're going to talk about trauma, healing, and everything. Everything is traumatic.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everybody.
Welcome.
My wife gets so mad at me when I do that. So
I can see that.
Why does
I can
why,
see that.
why does she hate it?
Because it's kind of fucking annoying.
I just think I do it a lot, and she's
Yeah.
just like, she'll let me get one or two out. Then she's like,
Right.
that's enough.
Yes, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I think
Let's speak in human language.
I think that's very much how like Sandy treats like dick butt or whatever
Just
whatever thing. I have
Any annoying little thing that
I
you're
have
doing
so many.
to around or with me. You get so many.
Hold on, Sandy. What are some of the greatest hits
Some of the greatest hits.
of the annoying things I do?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Honestly, it's mostly just the grabbing at me all the fucking time.
Oh, come on. Don't say that.
Well,
Lot of
then
grabbing,
don't fucking
lot of
ask.
ass grabbing. A lot of handy, little bit too handy.
Yeah, he's a fucking groper.
He does that to me too. So I think he just he was all over Santa.
Oh, come on.
Santa was like, I'm gonna have to get the elves out here.
You got moved to the naughty list that day.
Yeah, but I still got stuff. I got good stuff. He told me he does parties.
He did tell you he did parties.
He told
This
me he
Santa
does parties
was ready
at
to
night.
party. He was like, hey guys, I want to do something with you later, and that means take me to a bar because I want to get loaded more than I am already.
Fucking A.
He was like, I mean, this is a good lead into this. Last year's Santa, 2023 Santa, might have been close to the real Santa. He was a very kind-hearted, he really seemed like he was Santa.
Yeah.
This dude was just doing it for a gig.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I'm sure he was like really happy to get super like, sit on my lap, ladies. He was just in it for the
Billy
fringe
Bob
benefit.
Thornton
Oh,
through
man.
and through.
Yeah. He wasn't quite as bad as Billy, but he was much more Billy than This guy was bad Santa. Last year's Santa was more like the elf movie with the holy kind of real
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So were you not happy with our Santa, Jeff? Were you not happy with Santa?
No, he was great. I'm glad it was different, man. I'm glad that it was like a different dude.
I thought we got like much sillier pictures, which I really liked.
Yes.
Guy, last year we were nervous and we were taken off guard a little bit by his sweetness, I think, because he was such a kind-hearted person and he treated us so sweetly.
Yeah.
No judgment. And so I think we were not sure how to go about it. Yeah. And this year, the lady was like, "You gonna mess with Santa?" And we're like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Let me tell him." He's like, "What are we gonna do? I'll kiss y'all on the cheek. Don't want to offend you."
Oh yeah, that was true. He suggested us kissing him on the cheek.
I love it.
Yeah,
maybe that's so.
He's
fun.
like, a little closer to the mouth, please.
Okay, he did not say that, Jeff.
No, but I could tell what he was thinking.
But like the one with the, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No.
Sandy. No.
I think you should look for a non-white Santa for 2025. I think you should try and find diverse Santa.
I think we're going to have to branch out definitely from the West Town Santa.
Yeah.
Because I think we're just lucky that it was a different dude this year.
That was going to be
I
my
think
question.
We're going to have to find another option.
Okay. I didn't know that you guys went to the same spot. That's funny that they had a different Santa this year.
Yeah, they had a different Santa.
It was bad Santa.
Yeah, they had bad
So
Santa.
I do, just because I can and because I'm a little bit weird, I've given every family member a picture of us with Santa, and we have some friends that are sort of like family. It's like our daughter and our granddaughter, and they just were like, they loved it. They were like, "Oh, I was hoping I would get a picture." It's become a thing.
Yeah. Love it.
Definitely a
I think
thing.
you're right. We need a diverse Santa for 2025.
Or find like an
Yeah.
eclectic Santa. Find a non-traditional Santa.
Yeah.
Like a different, like a Krampus or like
Yeah.
Krampus would be
like a
good.
different.
Yeah,
I know
just
they did
something other than
Krampus
a
at
jolly old white
they did
man.
Krampus at the brew house or like the
Yeah.
Slits brew house. So we'll definitely try to branch out.
Yeah.
They have
Um,
a fucking banana. Oh my god, banana Heffenweisen. Is that the name of the beer? Like the type of the beer, but it's a banana and it is so good.
Wait, it's a what?
But it's a. I don't know what the type of beer is. I think Heffenweiss.
Heffenheiser?
Don't include this, please.
Heffenheiser?
I'll sound really stupid.
No, it's okay.
But it's
Fuck, please. I sound stupid all the time on this podcast. That's the whole point.
but it has a really good.
this
banana
is we're amongst friends. I mean, we're the three that listen to it. I don't think Tiffy listens anymore because we don't say her name.
Tiffy, if you are listening, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We're happy that you might still be listening, but
We like to know when people are listening so we know who our audience is.
not to get too sappy, but one of the best parts of the last year for me was having a friend like you, Tyler, that would do something stupid like go see Santa with me, and just I'll just like, hey, you want to go see Santa last year? And you're like, yeah. It wasn't any kind of like question, or it's just like, oh, I'm there.
Yeah.
And so that has
That's
been
nice.
amazing to have a friend that's willing to sort of be involved in my shenanigans.
Yeah, Tyler's a pretty all-in kind of guy.
Yeah. It doesn't cost anything to say yes. I think it's like
Yeah.
the motto.
Yeah.
I mean, it can.
Yeah, it's just
It can cost.
it's
but
fun, and it's like a little bit of what we do anyway. Like we like to sort of do silly things, but it's just fun. And then I love to show the pictures to people, and they're just like, "You're crazy," and I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah. No. I think I want to like fill this episode's like video section with the pictures. So
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I
maybe
love that.
incentivize
Yeah.
some people to watch the episode
That's a good idea.
with the pictures.
And this is really good for setting up a defense in case I ever do anything crazy. It's like, Your Honor, I'd like to show you these pictures.
Exhibit
And this
A,
is like,
these pictures.
obviously, this man is insane.
So
He's with Santa, kissing him with his shirt with his picture on.
I saw Jeffy kissing Santa Claus.
So Jeff, would you say that's like your number one moment of 2024? Can you give us a top
That's
three
one of the.
moments?
I mean, definitely a good moment. Just
Yeah,
the
top three,
the creativity
top
there.
three. Top three moments of 2024. Number
Okay,
one.
so this podcast and being able just to sort of like be able to be creative and have somebody that's willing just to do that and pushes me a little bit. So that's definitely in the top three.
Yeah.
Just Tyler and the Santa and getting to know
Okay,
you,
but if you had
Sandy.
to-
And,
If you had to rank it in a position between 1 and 3,
I put it at 3.
number 3, top 3.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Me and
Yeah,
Santa.
I've got to think of 2 others real quick.
Okay.
What
We'll
is your
come back
top?
to you.
What is your third one, Tyler?
My
If we're doing
third
top
one.
3.
Top 3 moments of this year. Top 3 moments. Number
Give us-
3.
Yeah, give us your three. Your number 3.
Number 3. My third one would probably be making typecast
Mm.
and making any of the other shorts that came out, the snow video, those things. That's fun. I haven't done it in a
Yeah.
while, but
And getting to debut What Lies.
What dwells
What
beneath?
Dwells Beneath.
Yeah.
Knew it wasn't.
Yes. Duh.
Yeah,
Fucking
I forgot
A. Yes,
about
that's
that.
definitely number 3. Like
Yeah.
going to that premiere
That
was,
was
a lot
so
of fun.
fun.
And
Yeah.
the questionnaire was fun.
Yeah, it was
Questionnaire,
really
the
cool.
the questions and things. Getting the
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this for the cave thing? The
Yeah.
beneath?
Yeah.
Yeah, you worked hard on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to the casting crew and Chris Bell and everyone.
Producer Spook. Yeah, definitely.
That's definitely number 3. Number 3.
I know what my number 2 is.
Number 2. Jeff's number 2. Number 2. Hold on, Jeff, before
But-
you do your number 2.
Okay. Sponsored by. Number two is sponsored by. Do we need to do one of those things where we pause and like go to commercial so they
Yeah,
don't?
that's what I'm
So yeah,
thinking. But like, I don't have a
yeah,
good commercial backed in the. I don't. We don't have any sponsors. But we also haven't heard Sandy's number three because I figure that's how we can kind
yeah.
of
We need
go.
Sandy's number three.
Sandy's number three.
I I think my number three thing is probably finding the job that I have now.
Yeah.
I think I have a pretty sweet gig and I work for some really cool people and I've grown a really nice relationship with all of them and
Mm,
I think we've really bonded. There's been a lot of shit that we've all endured even the short time that I've known them and I think that even though we all have really big and strong personalities, I think we all feel secure in the fact that we're like well supported by one another.
mm.
So I think that's my number three thing.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Gratitude. That was Sandy's number three.
yeah, yeah.
Just to recap, everyone, Jeff's number three was getting pictures with Santa, and my number three was doing the creative film stuff. And Sandy's number three,
The work fam,
the work fam. Shout out to the work fam.
the Owensboro.
That's so important.
Yeah,
Also-
if they're all listening,
the commune.
if the
I mean,
commune is listening,
Having a couple people at work that you can connect with and complain to and vent to is so important.
Yeah,
It can make or break a job.
they're very neat individuals, and we have a very unique dynamic. Yeah, and it definitely works for us. I think for the most part, I think we all get sick of each other, but it's okay. They're
I
good
mean,
people.
that's the thing. Okay, it's just it's a lot of people living there.
Yeah, and it's just a chaotic, loud, dysfunctional. Just it's
but doesn't it feel like home?
it does. It absolutely does.
All right, Jeff.
All right, you're number two, Jeff.
What's number two?
All right. Number two, drum roll, please. So for the last couple of years, we have gone on a family trip with my mom and Gabe's mom and her sister
Mm-hmm.
and her sister's partner.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mom is 84 now. Gabe's mom is 80.
Mm.
We went up to Chesapeake Bay area this year to a place we had been before, and I think we figured that this might have been the last one of those that our moms are going to be able to handle just because of the age.
Yeah.
So that was super special that
Yeah.
we went somewhere, we survived, we went through the ups and downs, but that happened and that we've been doing it and moms are not always easy, parents are not always easy, but that we got to do that. And so it felt good to do that this year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's always kind of a bittersweet thing.
God,
in a
isn't
way.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that
Pressure's on, Tyler.
I know because I don't have number two. Jeff's number two thing was a nice trip with his mom. And
Family trip.
a nice family trip.
Mm.
And I think my number two, coming at you, brought to you
And
by
number two,
the cold,
Right.
refreshing taste of Diet
Diet Hope
Hope. We do have
Makes a-
sponsors.
makes a reappearance.
Love
Diet Hope.
I've got some stickers with those. I've got a bunch of stickers and keychains that I need to get to you so you can distribute them sometime
it. Yes.
with Diet Hope on it.
Yes.
Yes, I love the Diet Hope. That needs to be on a shirt. Put that on bumper sticker. Anyways, number two, and it's not marketing. Number two for me is getting to see people more and my friends. Like I feel like I haven't got to see them a whole lot, but I'm thankful for when I have gotten to see them, and thankful to spend time with them. And I'm thankful that they do try to reach out, stay in contact, and I do as well. And it's very sweet.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
to my friends. Thanks, guys. I'm thankful for all of you. You know who you are.
You know, yeah.
I've found as I age that my friend group gets a little smaller. My acquaintance group stays about the same, but my actual people I communicate with has gotten smaller. But then I have better relationships with those folks. So
Mm.
it's a handful instead of a gaggle. But I feel a little more like those people really know me. So
Mm.
I feel like, yeah, friends are so important. Just being able to make time for people and see them. It's good
Mm.
stuff.
Sandy? Tyler's number 2 was seeing his friends. Sandy's number 2.
All right. Good Lord. I think my number 2 thing is that we have successfully coexisted in the same household for
A full
a
year.
full year. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because that's.
And a flood. Even with a huge flood coming your way, some stress,
Mm.
and you survived it. That's amazing.
Yeah. And the
That's very,
fires.
very cool.
Yeah.
First the fires, then the flood.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that's right.
Why didn't we get an earthquake?
Maybe next year.
Maybe the Earth's still dying.
They did, right? And now we're apparently in Tornado Alley because Tornado Alley is shifted.
Nice.
Oh, that's fucking. Oh, that's
Let's
fantastic.
go. So yeah, my number 2 thing is that yeah, we're good. Things are good.
Oh,
That makes me happy. That's a good one.
Yeah.
that's so sweet, Sandy.
I mean, it's an accomplishment, you know? Like we've both put in a lot of work
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to keep it moving. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Sandy's number 2 thing is a stable relationship.
I fucking hate you.
What are you talking about, Sandy? The crowd loves it.
Oh my god.
The crowd does love it.
Asshole.
It's like the Hallmark movie part of our podcast.
Whatever.
No, that's very
No,
sweet.
that
I
is
didn't undercut
it's
it.
amazing.
I mean,
Don't dismiss it, Tyler.
I shouldn't. I'm trying not
He
to.
didn't.
Take it.
Before we crack into our number 1, I wanna give you guys a word of advice. Start getting your food well done. come the next 4 to 8 years.
Get everything well done and make sure that your eggs and milk are pasteurized. That's all I'm saying.
Now,
Oh my goodness.
Jeff's number 1 top.
This is going to sound incredibly weird,
2024.
but I'll explain it. And it's that the election is over because I worried so much about the outcome of the election, and the election passed, and it didn't have the outcome I wanted. But I woke up the next day, and I'm still here, and we're still here, and there may be some ups and downs, but I'm just glad that my brain was able to, after it was over, say, you know what? I worried a lot, and there may be some bad things coming, but I worried way too much. We're okay. We're going to be okay. So just that is past, and I realized again, I made more out of it than I needed to, so maybe I can learn a lesson.
In making the friends that I've made with work, one thing that has been said to me is like, kind of like, how are you dealing so well with this? Or, oh, I expected you to be more upset about X, or like, you know, because we're very enmeshed in each other's lives.
Yeah.
And something that I heard in therapy, I can't remember if it was group, if it was from a specific therapist, but it has stuck with me, that there's just no need to suffer twice. And so that's been a really helpful thing, I think, to remind myself of in these, like, anticipating these potentially tragic events, is just like, I don't I don't need to suffer twice for it. And a lot
That's
of
right.
that may be dissociating, just to like protect the self from making anything worse. But like, I mean, hell, it's a coping mechanism that's kept me alive at this point. So just a little dissociation as a treat.
I mean, we have to dissociate a little bit,
Mm,
but I also feel like when there's an adversary, we're going to fight. Sometimes you
yeah.
get lulled into sort of, oh, we won kind of thing. This there is a fight that has to happen, and we're going to have to fight for things and fight for people. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's a positive. I mean, it's done. We
Yeah.
move forward.
Yeah.
We go. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
no need to dwell on the pain. You
Yeah.
just let's go.
And I
We
mean,
got it.
one thing we have on our side is, at the very least, if nothing else, it is the devil we know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes there is a comfort to be had despite all of the yuck. there
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
is the yum of being familiar with
Yeah.
what you are up against. So if
Yeah.
nothing else, we have that.
Yeah,
Yes.
and if anything, this has just made me want to educate myself and has driven me to want to look up different ideals and like get a better understanding of what those ideals are and how to like actually put them into practice and
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
to affect immediate change in my surroundings.
Mm.
And I just want to say my favorite moment from anything in the entire election, we just need to go ahead and acknowledge it. We just need to go ahead and acknowledge that this motherfucker, I don't want to say his name because we already know who I'm talking about. So what's the fucking point? I don't want to. He's the T word for all I care. We really let this motherfucker just like in the middle of a town hall just be like, all right, no more questions. Let's just stop and listen to some music. And they did. They listened to music for like 20
45
minutes, like
fucking
45
minutes.
minutes. They just listened to music.
Insane. That's become like a thing in the house now that we say to one another. It's just like, that's enough questions. Just listen to some music.
No more questions. Let's just listen to some music.
The other good thing is that we know in the other dimension, in the good dimension, that none of this happened. So we're obviously in one of the rougher multiverses,
No, you ain't kidding.
but we're still here, right?
We're still here.
We're still functioning. We've got joy.
And we're still alive. And yes, we still
Yeah.
have joy and we have each other. And like I think that's what we're
Yes.
kind of figuring out, and like we're seeing the shit show play out. It's always been a shit show. When has it not been
Yeah.
a shit show?
Mm. So
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, what
Yeah.
are you gonna say, Sandy?
No. I was gonna try and transition us into your favorite thing, but I didn't realize Jeff had another thought, and now I feel.
no, I'm good. I'm walking, but I'm
Final-
stopped now.
So,
I'm good.
Oh, okay. So Jeff's thing is the election being over.
Mm.
All right,
Yes.
that's good. Election. Sorry, Sandy.
It's the worst.
And we don't have to have another one for at least 2 years.
Yeah,
Another anything.
Yeah.
So.
it'll be fine. We'll survive. I hope. My top favorite thing of 2024 for me is going to be a little selfish, but it's going to be taking the steps in therapy and doing EMDR and reaching a good like save point in my therapy journey to kind of take a break and get on medication and work on my internal mental struggles. I've been kicking ass, and is how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and I'm gonna have bad days because everyone has bad days.
Fucking A, right.
But I'm trying, and I think that's
You should be incredibly proud, Tyler.
Yeah.
And I think that I mean, the whole reason we started this podcast was like a therapist, a client. We both have dealt with depression and things like that. But it's so good that you made the choice to pull back because that means you're learning. and that you're taking care of yourself. And
Mm.
therapy is always meant to end. It's never meant to be forever. And
Yeah.
so that shows how healthy you are becoming by saying, I'm going to stop for a while.
Mm.
That's part of that journey. And so that
And
makes me incredibly happy.
I
And I think
l-
that's incredibly healthy for you.
I love that you did it in a way that wasn't like I've left therapists because like I felt like we were at a good stopping point. I have left therapists because I felt like they no longer had anything to offer me. I have left
Yep.
therapists because I felt like it was a waste of time from day fucking one.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
so I love that you left therapy like in a like a reaffirming way, in a way that like it, I don't know, it's just it's solid. You know, you don't feel like you're leaving on bad terms. Not
No.
that like your relationship necessarily like you know what I mean, but that the decision was whole. It wasn't like
Yep.
something is happening that is caught like you're just ready. I don't know. I'm not
It
very
was just
No,
articulate
time.
in
no,
this,
no,
but
no. You,
No, it was time.
yeah.
And
it's
Yeah.
time.
that's he did
Yeah.
it when it was,
Yeah.
and that's the whole idea of therapy is sometimes it is because of those reasons you said, Sandy,
Yeah. Shit
and
happens.
but for him at this time it was because it was time.
Yeah.
I've reached its
Logical
logical
conclusion.
conclusion.
It reached its
I
logical
love it.
conclusion. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Which I
great.
mean,
I
that
think
doesn't mean
that's
it's
amazing.
yeah, that doesn't mean it's done forever. And like I could like, it is still kind of like adjusting to like not going to therapy and stuff. So like, and that's going to be a whole separate episode in itself. But I
Yeah,
am I'm very proud of my like progress this
Yeah.
year
yeah.
because it
I think you should be. That it's
yeah
definitely. I can tell you're different than when we started doing the podcast.
yeah I
I mean, I
feel
feel
more
like you're a different person because you just really learned to be healthy and take care of yourself
I
and
know yeah
face some hard stuff.
Mm.
I know listening back to those old episodes. That's crazy. There's 62. Anyways, okay. To number one, Tyler's thing himself.
Prioritizing
See,
healing. How about
There
that?
we go.
Yeah.
Dick.
And what a message to people that listen.
Yeah.
That should be our top thing. And I mean, mine was really selfish too because I had worried so much, and it was just like you put so much energy and worry into something, and now it's done, and you're okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's okay to be
It's
a
okay.
little
It's okay to be a little
selfish.
selfish.
Yeah, selfish isn't the right word. It's okay to take care of yourself
Yeah.
and to be proud of things you have accomplished.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes. That's right. Now, we've given it adequate attention and time and acknowledgement. We can now
Yeah.
move on to Sandy's number one moment. Number one thing.
It's
of
got to be
2024.
her when she got to be part of the podcast. That's got to be her number one.
Her first
Because I mean,
appearance on the
it-
Taylor
yeah,
Swift episode where she
Oh,
came
that's
in and killed.
that
right.
was a good episode.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was
That
this
was
year.
precious.
Yeah.
I don't hate Taylor Swift as much as I hate football
Yeah.
or Trump. No, it was I don't. Yeah,
No,
totally.
it was I hate the NFL more than I hate Taylor Swift.
Mm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a classic line.
But
That would be on our
it's-
shirts if
yep.
we had shirts.
Yeah.
Of our quotes, like a quote shirt.
I love that. Like when you had like your senior T-shirt and everybody would like write all over it
Yeah, it
on
was-
like field day or some stupid shit like that. That's how you should do it.
Mm.
That's fun.
Yep.
I like it. My number one thing, which I also felt was very selfish, and I even like cleared it with Tyler, but like not cleared it. That's a weird way to say that. But anyway,
No, she cleared it.
whatever.
It's cleared.
So my favorite thing that happened in 2024 was that I got to fly to Arizona to see my best friend of 25 years. We have been,
Oh,
yeah, dude, we've been friends since we were 7.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's wild. Like, yeah. I mean, we've been through literally everything together. We've experienced addiction alongside one another. Like we experienced traumas occurring in the room, like together. We have,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, we've gotten fucking arrested together. We've been in the back of a cop car together. Like we kind of healed separately. Just because we at one point we kind of hit a Y in the road, and I made one choice and she made the other. But luckily, I mean, we found our way back to each other after we had
Yep.
kind of gotten well. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing. She's definitely the person that knows me the best. And it's just
Mm.
because we were so often together.
Yep.
And I hadn't seen her in a long time because I moved here to Tennessee in 2020, you know, like halfway through the pandemic, if you want to call it halfway, whatever. But, you know, in August of 2020. And prior to that, you know, she had a young child. I was living with my mom. We were both in healthcare. So we were like terrified to be near each other. And the last time I saw her was shortly before I left for Tennessee. And we didn't even sit close to each other. We
Mm.
stood like 20 feet from one another and just talked in the middle of my yard until she left. And,
Mm.
you know, then life happened. She moved to Arizona, and then I didn't see her when I went home to visit anymore. And it was, yeah. So getting to go to Arizona, a part of the country I'd never been to be able to see the desert and spend time with her and just kind of bear witness to this life that she's worked really, really hard to create for herself. And to spend time with her son, who I hadn't seen since he was a baby. And he's like a whole person now. I mean, he's
Mm.
8 or 9 now.
Mm-hmm.
I think he turned 9 since I've been there.
Wow.
But yeah, getting to just, yeah, to just be there with her. And yeah, I mean, it was just such a good trip. And
I'm seeing a theme underlie these things we're talking about, and it's relationships.
yeah, I
It's
noticed that as well, that we were all really heavy on connection.
Mm-hmm.
And I
yeah.
thought that was
I mean,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's at the end of the day, that's what it's about. I mean, it's about connections and people supporting people and being supported by people.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And that's what we remember. And that's, I mean, all the things that are supposed to make us happy. And really what gives us joy is these having relationships and connections to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to kind of forget that you have those connections. So it's good to keep up on them and like remember that you have them. And like make sure you're checking in on everyone.
Yeah.
Checking in on
Yeah.
everyone and taking care of each other. And because
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Yeah. And
we
I've
all.
told Tyler this. I don't know if he shared it with you, Sandy, but sometimes he'll just reach out and say, "Hey, how you doing today, Jeff?" Or I'll send him a stupid picture of our faces on somebody. And it's just like, it's sometimes I've been having a rough day, and it's just like, hey, it's nice to have somebody check in on you. It's
Yeah.
nice, you know. And so I mean, it's just that kind of thing is meaningful, and it doesn't take a lot of effort, but
No,
it does take effort.
it's just a
Yeah.
text.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, it's just a text, but I like text. It's a way to communicate without too much too much communication,
Yeah,
and you can sort of walk away from it. And
Yep.
uh,
Like having to get on the phone and having to keep that conversation going and all that shit. It's
yeah,
a little stressful, but it's good to text. It's good to text. But yeah,
yes,
I mean, I think that's a universal thing. Like, we're all kind of craving connection. We're all, like you mentioned, that's kind of what it's about. Like, we need our community, we need our tribe, we need our people. It's nice to be secluded in the woods by yourself, but also like it's nice to have a nice neighbor who's just like, hey,
yeah, yeah. It's nice to have support because we all need support.
so we did our top things here. That was good. I I have I have two positive things that
Okay.
happened in 2024 because I thought we would kind of talk about like the bad shit that's happened, but like we're all very well aware of it. So why even bring it up
Yeah.
again
Why?
now?
Yeah. Why suffer twice?
Yes, why suffer twice? So this year in 2024, geneticists have solved the mystery. The mystery.
The mystery.
Geneticists.
That's so hard to say.
Geneticists solved the mystery of why some cats are orange.
Okay.
So, two independent studies ran by American and Japanese researchers appear to have answered the enduring question of why some cats have orange coats. It turns out the culprit is a genetic variant on a cat's X chromosome. The research also explains why tortoiseshell and calico cats tend to be female.
I love that.
So, that was nice...
I just want you to know that that little pause afterwards is because our very orange cat is in the room with us, and he looked absolutely mesmerized by that information.
Was he looking right at me?
He was the entire time. He was listening to
He
every
knows
fucking
exactly
word.
what you're saying.
It was
He knows
so
exactly
cool.
what you're talking about.
He has no idea. He has no brain. There's nothing in there. It is just
He is
on any given day. But we know why he's orange.
And so this one's going to be kind of like a general thing, but so like weight loss drugs are showing a lot of promise against a host of diseases, such as like certain obesity related cancers. Recent studies have also hinted at their potential to treat addiction and even slow the cognitive decline that comes with dementia.
So there's actually, I saw something, I can't tell you, I have no idea. This could be absolutely false. It was something I saw on the interwebs, but it was an interesting theory that, potentially fact, I think it is being Alzheimer's is potentially in some areas of healthcare being referred to as diabetes type 3.
Oh.
So we have diabetes 1 and 2.
Mm.
I believe the thought is, if I'm remembering this correctly, and if it is in fact true, so like, how do I want to put it? Like the insulin resistance that people with diabetes have, or maybe that's just a type 2 thing. I'm not totally sure.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's the way it affects like your cognitive function. But they're saying that there's something related to like the spike in insulin levels, the high blood sugar that could, I don't know, but I remember hearing it because getting Alzheimer's is like my biggest fear in the entire world.
Oh yeah. Natural.
Yeah.
And having like PCOS, I do have an insulin resistance, and like, there's a lot of things that I'm just so terrified that is my fate. But like, it's an interesting thing. So by what you're saying, that if these like GLP-1, which is what like your Ozempic and shit is, that those drugs that are helping to either prevent or reverse the effects of diabetes on people, and like, so that's an interesting thing that they're connecting that to dementia as well. And I don't really know, and I don't know that anyone really knows a whole lot about Alzheimer's. I think there's a lot of holes in like the what, where, when, why.
There's a lot they can't remember in Alzheimer's.
I meant, that sounded like a bad joke, Tyler, but
it was a bad joke.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't, your face indicated that you were serious, and so
I played it really straight.
You did.
You did really straight face that one.
Yeah. So looking at him, I was confused. Like, is he fucking serious?
No, having a hard time remembering.
Yeah. So that is good.
Those are really good, because I feel like if you think about, I mean, there's so much negative that people get on about medicine or healthcare or all these things.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at, in your lifetime, the advances in medicine, I mean, going from when HIV was a death sentence to now they're curing HIV.
Ooh,
and it's not a death sentence anymore. I mean, the amazing advances in science, every year there's something amazing that happens.
That's another thing that's happened in 2024 that's gotten more progress on the HIV vaccine. They worked on a medicine for Lyme's disease. Like there's been a lot of like good medical like advancements.
Yeah,
Something to look
it's
forward to, so we can all just not afford it.
No
But
shit.
that's the doomer in me, and I want to be
Yeah.
hopeful. I want to be
Yeah.
hopeful.
So what
yeah,
do
I mean,
you?
it is amazing the science and the discoveries and I mean, all kinds of discoveries and AI, while it is frightening in some ways, the things it can do is amazing. What it can put together and create and how it can assist people. So, I mean, there are neat things happening in the world of
Yeah.
technology and science and everything.
So what do you, Jeff, hope to see in 2025? What's like? What's I don't know. What would make your heart
What am I
happy?
looking forward to, or what am
Yeah.
I?
I don't know. What are you hopeful for? What are you looking forward to? Like what? I don't
I'm
know.
really hopeful for. I mean, we've talked about, things that we are happy about and things that have been freaky to us. I think it's just, I feel like this division that we have and have had, it's not over in any way, but at
Mm-hmm.
least it's a little bit. I feel like that maybe we'll be talking to each other as humans a little bit more
Yeah.
instead of sides. I still think there are going to be sides, but I
Yeah.
mean, the pressure of we've got to fight together to win, that's over. I mean, that's done. The decision was made. And so I feel like maybe we're gonna talk more, and we're gonna like be able to communicate a little better, and maybe it's not gonna be as adversarial, and that's maybe a little naive, but um I'm hopeful for that.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
I
valid.
like that.
Tanner.
Is it my turn?
It is.
Okay. I
Yeah, it's your turn.
I have three. I have three things I'd
Okay.
like to see in 2025.
Okay.
My first thing I would like to see is to be more productive in podcasting and my creative endeavors,
Mm.
because I've already talked about maybe doing more podcasts and doing more things, and I would like to expand the old empire
Good. Nice.
of the gold mine that is podcasting.
It
I
is a
just
gold mine.
I just have a really fun time talking to people. I think that's what it
Yeah.
Yeah.
boils down
Yeah.
to, and it makes me feel good.
And maybe doing some different, like a variety, like we've talked about some different types of
Yeah,
things
yeah. And
with different people.
so that's my first thing. My second thing is that I kind of, to piggyback off of Jeff's thing, I would like to see more people talking to each other and focusing on what we have more in common than what we have apart, and realize that, like, I don't know. We need some class consciousness, and I think we're getting there.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. We're getting there. And my third thing is I would like to see the inevitable trial of Robert Kennedy Jr. trial when he gets indicted for some batshit thing.
The next animal he slaughters,
The next
or is it
animal
like
he
what?
slaughters, when he's held accountable for all the people who catch polio once he reverses that vaccine. I would like to see him in an iron lung, and then like share his top 5 things of the year. Like, well, my favorite thing was, and
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna add a fourth thing. I just want to see all my friends and family and live my life with Sandy and the dog and the cat.
I don't know. I felt like I needed a little music there.
And now it's time for Sandy's. What would you like to see in 2025?
Not to shit on the positive parade, but I would like a class war. I would like a violent, fiery, bloody revolution. I would like to take to the streets and burn shit down and modify Komatsus and run them through town halls. That's what I would like to see. If we can't fulfill all of my grandiose anarchy schemes, then I think I just want to create more magic this year. I want
Mm.
to
Magic
romanticize life a little bit more.
Magic pizza.
What?
Magic
The
pizza.
fuck are you talking about?
I'll explain later.
God damn.
Get excited, because yes, I do.
But
agree
yeah,
with that.
I
That's my fifth
just
thing.
You know, and Sandy, I feel like I am a person of nonviolence, but
yeah.
I did hear
No
a
judgment.
interesting statement that said the killing of the CEO of United Healthcare has done more for healthcare unity than years of legislation and protest and
Yeah.
articles and whatever. And so
Yeah. Because
I'm not saying to do or not to do, but
right.
sometimes violence is what it takes
It's a wake-up
to
call.
make an impression.
I think that there is only so much civility in survival. And I feel
Yeah.
that when you are pushed to your limit of survival, you can
Yeah.
no longer flight. You can't freeze. And at some point, it becomes fight. And if we could do that in a way where the integrity of people's lives remained intact, sure, I'm open to that.
Sure.
I'm not saying that it's too late for that. If that's an option, go for it. I'm just a complete nihilist. I don't think that, or I guess it's more pessimist, but it doesn't matter. I just think that there's just no more room for it. I'm ready to stockpile gasoline and styrofoam. I'm ready.
We already got.
Yeah, I mean,
styrofoam on the walls.
sometimes when we look at major events in the history of the United States, the civil rights movement, the women's rights movement, the different movements, there has been violence, and violence has sometimes been the clarifier, either violence against the people protesting or violence from the people protesting has been the emphasis for change because it makes people pay attention.
Right. I mean,
And
if you have people,
it's purposeful violence. It's like
Yes.
it's like IRA, right? I mean, it's like it's planned, purposeful violence. It's not just random
Yeah.
craziness. It's
Yeah.
you choose things, and people pay attention because when it gets to the bottom line, this guy getting shot has made other CEOs think a little bit, at least that they don't want to be shot. You know,
I think it's
so maybe we need to do something a little different.
if you can only go so long being comfortable, safe, wealthy, untouchable, like
Yeah.
for so long, and when people are like, "Hey, we're dying in the streets because we can't get help because we don't have access to resources," and they don't listen to the pleas of the suffering, then if you don't feel fear and you've never felt that and you can't experience empathy, then at some point I can see how people just be violent.
And what do we
feel
as the
fear.
United States do if we want to get the attention of another country?
Right. Yeah.
We
have
use
terrible
violence.
parents. They are not setting
We-
a good example.
we send drones. We send drones to the. I mean, again, I'm not advocating or not advocating, but this is how we get the attention. This is how people's attention is gotten. Sometimes through tragedy or violence.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
yes.
And so,
if you're not willing to listen, you will
Yeah.
be forced.
But
to
yeah,
listen.
we don't need to get onto that. My point was just, if not violence, then magic.
Yes. Magic violence.
Magic violence.
2025
Magic
is
Well,
romance
and-
violence.
yeah.
one thing I'm excited about, which is not violent, but it is about taking back rights, is the union movement is now stronger than it's been in a long time.
Oh yeah.
And you're getting the unionization of an auto plant in Tennessee, which would have been unthinkable, I think, 10 years ago. And so I feel like giving the rights back to the worker,
hell yeah,
and like Starbucks doing that, like Amazon. I mean, those kind of things are people reclaiming their power, and it's not violent, but it's powerful.
Yeah.
And so those are the kind of things that can change things too.
Yeah, I do love a good union.
Yeah. So I mean, I think there is eventually. I think we're going to have another period of some type of disarray and violence.
It's going to happen, but we'll be in it.
I mean, we look at our country's history. It's happened.
We'll be in it together.
We'll be in it together.
Yeah.
With our community.
And the commune in Browntown.
The communes.
Guys, this has reached its logical conclusion, I think.
I reckon.
We can all agree that it's been a rough 2024. It's a new horizon. It's a new dawn. I'm not going to say it will be a better year. It is not going to be a new year, new me. I like me. I will continue to change and grow regardless
of a man-made calendar.
Of fucking time.
Yeah.
That we
Which
based.
isn't real. No,
yeah,
okay.
It's not fucking real. That's why we don't keep clocks in here when we put styrofoam on the walls.
Shit, we're gonna turn into a conspiracy. We're gonna get flagged
magic
for this episode.
violence is the new year.
Magic violence.
Oh, fuck. Take care of yourself.
I think that's the thing. It has been a rough year, but every year is sort of rough. And you know what? We survived it, and we learned, and we adjusted. And we're bringing in new information and new ways to deal with things, and saying, how do we survive next year, and learning to be strong and resilient. And I think that's life. That's being alive. Yeah. And so that we're there is a positive. Even though the year was rough, it shows you nothing can destroy you. Yeah. You know, you keep moving, you keep learning. And we support each other and move forward.
Yeah. So Sandy's had too much Diet Coke. She's gonna dip out of here and pee.
Okay.
So she won't sign off. But guys, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the podcast.
Yes.
Look us up on our social media. You can look up Everything is Traumatic on Facebook and Instagram. Look up Shot for Shot Productions on Facebook and Instagram. And YouTube. That's where we post our visualizer episodes. But Jeff, I
want to say one more thing.
Yeah, of course.
And it's just everybody that's listening. If you are listening, you may feel alone, but you're not totally alone. We care about you. Find somebody to talk to. It's everybody's life is different, and some people are going through things that probably we can't comprehend. But just don't stop. Keep moving.
Keep moving.
Find somebody to talk to, and find somebody to give you support.
Keep telling the mother effing story. This has been all of us here at Everything is Traumatic. I'm Tyler.
I'm Jeff. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. My name's Sandy. That'll be good. Perfect.